What's up, gang? How you guys doing? I'm Lieutenant Sound Blue, 28-year law enforcement veteran and the author of the top 25 mistakes en route to the good life. Coming at you with an early podcast today, and it's the top 25 mistakes podcast. Listen, guys, the reason why I was coming at you early today is, I was preparing for my podcast. I got my notes and everything else. Usually Sundays is family time, where we get together, watch a movie and stuff like that. But today I got some bad news that a colleague of mine passed away. And so I want to do this podcast in not only just remembrance of him, but in respect for what he served and what he was about, right? And his name is Stanley Judson, Sergeant Stanley Judson, and he was retired not too long ago. And I worked with him for well over 20 years. We were officers together at one time, and we were sergeants together. And he also operated with me at the police academy, and we did several special operations groups assignments together. And so he's a great man in my eyes, and I don't know the circumstances behind his passing, right? So I won't even speak on that. But a lot of people, guys, when you tell them that somebody passed away, you be like, what happened and why, and they want to know like the details of why somebody passed away. When I feel like the most important part is just that you honor them. It doesn't even matter why they're no longer on this earth. Everybody is going to leave for some reason or another, right? Because none of us got out of this thing alive. But the circumstance doesn't matter. The circumstances usually are for the people who have some type of hang up on the fact that we don't know when we're going to leave, right? So we don't know when we're going to leave, and so they want to know how other people pass away and what happened and circumstances behind it, so that maybe I can avoid that circumstance and not pass away. Guys, listen, here's the deal. I said it before, I'll say it again. None of us have gotten out of here so far that I know of, right? So far. Things may change in the future, but anyway, guys, this vessel is going to move on no matter who you are, right? You can't carry it with you. You can't take it with you. So when I'm talking about my podcast, what I want to talk to you guys about is something that I feel is very, very important. And that is, so many people hear me when I say, or hear other people say, live every single day like it is your last. But how many of us actually do it? How many of us actually wake up each day and think that it is our last day and live it like it's our last day? And I'm not saying, if you knew you were leaving the planet tomorrow, would you spend your entire day laying in bed and getting up at noon? No. If you knew you were leaving tomorrow, would you spend your entire day moping around because somebody did you wrong, somebody hurt your feelings, right? Being angry because somebody upset you? Would you do that? Would you be the person who wasted their full day with somebody else's feelings and emotions running around in your head, right? Because they're not your feelings and emotions. It's somebody else projecting it to you. It's not something that you want to do. You didn't want to wake up and be miserable. You didn't want to wake up and be angry. You didn't want to wake up in any shape, form, or fashion that's not anything other than being extremely happy, right? All of us want to wake up extremely happy. So why don't we? Why don't we, guys? Why don't we wake up with energy, enthusiasm, happiness, and excitement? I try to push this on people on a regular basis because I am in the business of changing mindsets, right? I try to change people's mindsets so that they go out there and have a better life. Now, why do I do this, guys? I do it because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good to know that other people are feeling as good as I feel. I didn't want to be all selfish and keep all of my happiness to myself because, just because I found the secret to make me happy, I wanted to share that with people. And so I spent the second half of my career and the second half of my life, this is all I do. I just try to make people smile. And just that little thing right there, it goes a very long way in so many people's lives. Not enough people smile, man. But I want to talk about Stanley for a minute, because I think we had some cool times together. And I can remember a couple of times when we were on special assignments with Special Operations Group in SOG, and we would always do our training down in New Jersey at the probably at the National Guard training facility, or one of those spots that we used to train at in New Jersey, like Fort Dix or something. And we would go down there, and he was a Energizer Bunny, right? An Energizer Bunny, and it was exciting because I was in phenomenal shape, and he was in good shape, but not the best shape that he wanted to be in, right? So you know how when somebody's not in the best shape that they want to be in, they work extra hard. Some people don't, but he was one of those guys who worked extra hard. And when you see somebody like that, you got to get behind him, man. You got to get behind him. You know, it's sort of like the movie Rudy, right? The movie Rudy, where Rudy was underskilled, but he made it up in his energy and enthusiasm and hard work. And so a lot of times, if Stanley didn't have what other people had, he made it up in his energy, enthusiasm, and hard work. And so how could you not like a guy like that? How could you not love a guy like that who does that type of thing with his life? And I believe that he did the same thing for people, right? When people didn't have the energy and enthusiasm to follow through and keep up, he would push them to be their best selves, right? To work super hard or at who they needed to become. You know, to anybody, whether they were older or younger than him, Stanley always talked to everybody as if he was a father figure. And I felt that was amazing, right? He felt that was amazing, and that is the presence that he carried with him in everywhere he went and everything that he would do. He would always talk to people as if, hey, listen, what I'm saying to you is because I care for you. And it didn't matter whether it was a criminal or a recruit at the police academy. He talked to everybody the same way, and I felt that was powerful. And so that is why I dedicate this podcast to him, and some of the times that we shared, I think that they were really exciting. You know, I know a lot of people would say, well, you know, is it time to mourn and time to be sad? And I'll tell you guys this, right? I mourn and I'm sad different than a lot of people, right? I talk through a lot of my problems because I spent my entire life holding a lot of problems in, guys. And when you hold a lot of problems in, they ruin your health, right? They ruin your health, and they literally ruin your life. And when you don't celebrate someone's life, no matter how short it was, you're literally taking away all of the great things that they did. So, Stanley, I'm celebrating your life with this daily podcast because of the fact, man, because of the fact that I believe that you did great things for many people. You know, a husband, a father, a grandfather. You were killing it. You were killing it. Just 6-7 days ago, I was wishing you happy birthday. Right? I was wishing you happy birthday. We always caught up with each other, man. You would come over and see me over at the job, check me out. If I could help you, I would help you, as always, you know that. But it was great times. And so, guys, what you need to do in life, right, is wake up every day with some energy and enthusiasm. Be excited about the day. Be excited about whatever circumstances you are dealing with right now. Be excited about it, because you have an opportunity to implement change today. You have an opportunity to do it. My buddy Stanley does not have that opportunity no more. Everything he had to do is left on the table, right? Everything that he was working on, somebody else has to take over. Everything that he wanted to achieve is going to the sky with him, or wherever we go, right, when we leave this place. But anyway, the fact of the matter is, guys, you have to begin to live your life like it is your last day. Now, I know that me and him are around the same age, maybe he's a little bit older, but I want him to know, his family to know, everybody else to know, that that he touched lives in a fantastic way, right? And so don't be sad that he's gone, but be proud that what he's done will last a lifetime of people, you know, as he's left a legacy of just ethics, hard work, and happiness. And I think that that's exciting for somebody to leave behind. And so that's my shout out to him. That is my podcast, and that is what it's about, guys. It's about doing the most that you can with what you have and living your life like it is your last. You know, when I woke up today, I was thinking about yesterday's podcast, that when I was working on my podcast from yesterday, and I had my podcast from yesterday was about me being all stuck up in my emotions, right? Stuck up in my emotions, talking to my mentor about why I can't get things going, why I'm failing in this and failing in that. And then I wake up today and I hear this type of news, right? And so it is when you hear something like this that it begins to get sobering of, what was I complaining about? What was I complaining about? I was complaining about missed opportunities. I was complaining about a missed free throw, a missed jump shot, right? I heard about the story of Michael Jordan and how everybody always talks about all the winning shots that he's taken. And Michael Jordan says, I keep track of the shots I missed, right? I missed 9,000 shots. And when you say something like that and you put things in perspective, right, it is about the victories that you do get that you should enjoy. And at the same time, when you fail, right, it is just another opportunity to reach another victory. So don't be put yourself down and wasting time worrying about something that happened yesterday, guys, right? Or something that happened an hour ago, or an argument that you had with somebody that you just can't seem to bring yourself around to squashing it and making it right. You got to begin to move with a purpose, right? And that purpose is, guys, that purpose is quickly moving on in your emotions. I don't know how you're going to figure out how to do it, guys, but you have to learn how to quickly move on in your emotions. You have to quickly say, I felt this, figure out why you felt it, and then move on. Because that's how short life is. And in one moment you could be angry at somebody, and in the next moment they could be gone. Or you could be gone, right? And you spent your last moments engulfed in anger, engulfed in hurt, engulfed in whatever you were dealing with, when you should have been wrapped in happiness, guys. So that is just something that I am going to push to you guys each and every day. Every chance that I get to talk about it, I need you guys to understand that there is an urgency that is going on right now. And that urgency is that the world is changing rapidly, right? The economy is going to be really rough on a lot of people. And so you have to begin right now basically paving the way, right? Paving the way before it is time for you to take your journey. You have to map it out. You have to figure out which way you're going to go. You got to figure out who you're going to follow, because when that time comes, right, and you are hit with a crisis, it's going to be very hard to logically choose a direction that you need to take, because you're going to be caught up in your emotions. So I don't know where this podcast is going today as far as me talking, but I just wanted to get some feelings and emotions out of just knowing somebody that you're close to, and then seeing that they're no longer here anymore, and how are you going to manage that feeling, that emotion? I'm not telling anybody not to hurt. I'm not telling anybody not to hurt. I'm not telling anybody not to feel something. But despite the fact that you're hurting or you're feeling something, you need to constantly be moving with a purpose, right? You need to constantly be moving with a purpose, because those hurts and feelings are just going to stay with you no matter what, right? And so there's no telling, you could be in pain for a year, 2 years, 3 years, who knows? Depends on how close you were to the particular individual that you lost. But time is not going to stop. Time stops for no man and no woman. Time just doesn't stop. It keeps going. So you have to continually work to build your life. You have to continually work to take care of your family or your friends. You have to continually work to become a value to other people's lives. You have to continually work to become an impact in the world. And this is what we should all be working for. We should all be working to have an impact on people's lives, so that when we are no longer around, that message that we said to them, that smile that we gave to them, that book that we handed them to read, whatever it is that we did, makes a dramatic change in their life, so that they can now pay it forward to someone else's life, guys. I'm going to wrap up this podcast, because I do have other things to do today, but I needed to get this message out today. I needed to talk about this podcast. I needed to dedicate today's podcast to my fallen brother Stanley Judson, and I just wanted everybody to know that, listen, life is short, man. You got to make a move when it's time to make a move. You can't put things off till tomorrow, because tomorrow isn't promised to anybody, all right? This is Lieutenant Sal Blue. I'm wrapping up for today, man. And you guys have a fantastic evening. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow with my daily podcast, all right? Deuces.